who keeps busy. I'm a very busy mom. I'm a very busy priestess. I'm always trying to do something with my skills. Obviously, as a priestess, I'm also here for my community, supporting my community students. So, just a busy mom, priestess, shamaness. The path of the bones is a place I was taken to by my spirits. But it's literally a journey, a path to your own bones, about working with your ancestors and connected to the roots of the self and working with the spirits. So that's basically the path of the bones. It's a journey to actually go to your bones and to who you are, where you come from. I'm the head of the goddess temple in Alba. I'm also the head of the covenant of the waters and the head of the temple of Astarte. So yes, I'm busy. The goddess temple Alba is a temple I'm building in Scotland. I'm hoping to be able to open the doors to the first public temple in Scotland. And it's basically me just doing what I'm told, following the, let's say, orders, because she's very clear when she wants things, of the Kailia. And I follow the goddess all the way up to Scotland to do what she wanted me to do. So yeah, it's a temple we're working on here in Scotland. Working with, we work with local deities and also deities that came here from other places, but were worshipped here in Scotland. And I'm actually I am a Spanish. I'm Iberian. I'm an Iberian priestess, but I actually had ancestors from the west of Scotland. So it's not that I'm foreign to this land. And before I actually moved to Scotland, I knew the place. I came a few times before. So yeah, that's the goddess temple Alba. And the covenant of the waters was born of my love and my work with the water element. I was ordained as sea priestess in 2012, and since then I started sharing the sea priestess training and my work with the waters. And the covenant of the waters was born as a place for everyone who is into water spirituality. It's not a pagan temple, so it's very much interfaith, because really waters belong to everyone, and we can find waters in every single faith being important in their spirituality, So yeah, it's kind of a meeting point for anyone who wants to go deeper into the mysteries of the water element. And the temple of Astarte, again, it's me kind of following orders of Astarte, of a deity. And obviously, being Iberian, she has always been very present, because when she arrived to Iberia with the Phoenicians, she kind of changed and evolved in Iberia, and she's a very important deity in Iberia, in the Iberian Peninsula, and Iberia as a crossroad, between the Mediterranean and the Atlantic. And so, being a priestess of Astarte as I am for a few years now, the goddess kind of said, okay, you need to get more serious with your work with me. You need to share more of the work we do, and you need to share more about me. So get on the horse and do what you must do. I want my temple. I want you to be working for me. So that's what I'm doing. I'm actually putting together a priesthood, a training for those who want to explore Astarte and work with Astarte. So yeah, being a priestess is basically doing what you're told and work with honor for the god, isn't it? I start writing at a very early age. I start writing poetry was my thing. And I started writing poetry when I was in primary. And I actually was winning awards every single year. I was participating in contests in school and winning awards every single year until I got bored and I stopped participating. So I always wrote, I always read. I was an avid reader. So I think reading and writing kind of came at hand because I was reading very serious literature when I was just a small child. So it's been part of me. Words, they have been part of me always in that sense. So I stopped writing poetry for a while, and then I went back writing here and there essays for my blog, for my students. And it was like, again, the gods kind of saying, you need to get more serious. You got things to share. So I just listen and I follow. And I write when I find time because I'm a single mom with 3 kids. Busy priestess and all the rest. So I could be writing every day, all day if I could. But obviously, being a busy mom and priestess and all the rest is not that easy. So I write when I find the time to write. And I just love it. My book, Sacred Bones, Magic Bones, is kind of an invitation to anyone that wants to find out how we do connect with bones outside of our bodies. Obviously, we are bones. We kind of forget that part of us. And we only, we break a bone and then it's like, oh yeah, I broke my bone. So then we become conscious of our bones. But bones have big parts of human spirituality from the very beginning. And they might be very well the origin of human spirituality. So my book is kind of a journey, a bit of anthropology, history, folklore, reviewing how bones have been important for humanity through history, the different traditions that connect with bones, indigenous traditions, but also magical tradition, pagan traditions from the past, from antiquity, but then also bones now, how they are still relevant in the practice of a lot of people, because there are quite a few traditions out there that still use bones in their practices. We're not all vegan, and bones is not something that we can bury in the past because, they will always be here. So my book is kind of a journey and an invitation for those that don't know much about bones and working with bones, how they relate to us, for them to kind of explore. And yeah, an exploration of both, let's say, in a magical way as well, because obviously I go through history and anthropology and the folklore, but then the book is also practical, and I share a part of my work in the path of the bones and rituals with bones, and I think it's quite interesting, and it's going to be interesting for people. I write when I can. That's my motto. My youngest is just 2 years old. So basically, this mom is just desperate for the kids to go to bed, to find some time and just sit down in front of the computer, because that's the time I got for myself is literally the time I spend writing. So yeah, I just do what I can when I can. I have to say Caitlin Matthews. If he's a female writer, I would say Caitlin Matthews. She has so much knowledge inside of her, and every single of her books, her books are just so amazing and so full of information, and I admire her greatly. She's also I study to be a priestess of the Fellowship of Isis. I studied actually in Hill Lyceum with my mentor Leslie. She's kind of the guardian of her lyceum, but I just, these women is just so incredible. She has so much knowledge to share, and her books are amazing. Run and do your thing. That's what I would say to myself. Get out from where you are and do your thing. Follow your soul path. Because I was in the wrong place. It was very hard to be such a spiritual young person in Spain at the time. It was very, very difficult. Surrounded by Catholicism, very strong Catholic culture, and me being a pagan, because since I was wee, I started listening to the gods when I was wee. My dad used to read me mythology and things like that, so I connected to the gods at a very young age. And being in Spain, being a very spiritual person but different from everything else around me, was very, very hard. So I would just say to myself, run. Well, wait, run and kick, keep walking your path. I do have more books in my drawer. Yes, I'm currently writing the structure for. I have 3 books in the structure at the moment. I'm writing about sacred tattoo and my work, trying to share shamanic knowledge from really anyone that's interested in the origin and magical shamanic ways of tattoo. I'm also got the structure for another book on water praxis and work with the waters. And this one is going to be quite broad, because I'm diving into the beginning of a spirituality related to water, and then animistic practices related to water. So it's going to be very shamanic, all to do with the work I do in the Covenant of the Waters. And then go to half of pagan Latin America, waiting for the invisible sandals for years. A book I started writing about the path of the priestess and theurgy, theurgy and working with the gods, and I've been keeping that book in the drawer for too long, and I still get emails from people, please, when can we buy the book? So it's not finished yet, and I've been saying this for years, but I've just been too busy with children, so yeah, at least these three I need to finish at some point soon. So yeah, but I got another a couple of more projects there apart from these three. Write from passion and from your heart. Write because you love it. Nothing else.